What's up, you guys? Thanks for joining me. So if you join me, I'm assuming you've probably checked out modes before and you were just completely lost and couldn't follow what was going on. It's very, very common. It's very tough to teach and to really understand modes. And as a teacher, I've been doing this a very, very long time. I found the way to just kind of get you started to understand how it kind of works and what's really at play. And so what we're going to do is we're going to context everything in the key of C. Attached below or linked below on my Patreon page, it's for free though, is the key of C, this open C major scale. We're going to use that to demonstrate these 7 modes. So if you don't already know it, get acquainted with that scale first and meet me here. Alright, so to play modes, you first want to know the scale, a major scale. In fact, with all of my students, I never even talk about getting into modes until they know the basic major scale. Now there's many different, ways of playing that on the guitar. We're going to go ahead and play the open C major scale and keep everything in the context of essentially C major. So that C major scale is 3rd fret A, open D, 2nd fret D, 3rd fret D, open G, 2nd fret G, open B, and then 1st fret B. That's the C major scale. Okay. Now, if you're getting a little lost, I've got a tab. It's in the link below on my Patreon page. It's completely free. You just got to click that down below and you'll see the C major scale. So that's the basics of it, but there's technically a little bit more to it. Okay? And again, if you're on that tab, you'll see it. It actually goes like this. It goes 3rd fret A, open D, 2nd fret D, 3rd fret D, open G, 2nd fret G, open B, 1st fret B, 3rd fret B, open high E, 1st fret high E, and then 3rd fret high E. Now I'm going to bring it back down. And then I can go lower to the 2nd fret A after my root, open A, 3rd fret E, 1st fret E, open E, 1st fret E, 3rd fret, open A, 2nd fret A, finally coming back home. So altogether, the C major scale is a lot, I know. But that covers all of the notes in that section of the guitar. You're going to see why I'm making you do that in a second, okay? It's just going to help to make these modes much more palatable. So one more time. Okay? Now, if I take the C to the C, just one octave, going 8 notes through the C major scale, it sounds like this. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Sounds happy. That is the major scale, and the proper name is actually called Eolian Mode. So if you just did that with me, you actually already know one mode. You know Eolian Mode, which is very bright sounding, the happiest of the scales. Check this out. So if I play a lick and a noodle and I focus on that note using just these notes in the C major scale, it always sounds pretty much happy. Isn't that cool? My focus. That is what modes are all about, is your focus. Okay? Now because there are 7 notes in the major scale, there are going to be 7 total modes. We know 1 of the 7. The next mode, the 2nd mode, is called Dorian Mode. Check this out. We have C and then D. That D is where I now am going to start and I'm going to end, which is right here. I'm still playing the key of C, but I'm just starting and ending on a D. Weird, right? Check it out. I'll bring it back. That's D Dorian, and that's the overall sound of that scale. Isn't that cool? It's just a C major scale. I'm just simply playing C, D, F, G, A, B, the C major scale, but I'm focusing on the D. Here's what that sounds like if I noodle. Kind of interesting. It's a little dark, but not super dark. It's kind of mysterious. I love Dorian Mode, and that's what that is all about. It's just simply focusing on the second note of the major scale. The next mode is called Phrygian Mode. That is the third mode of any major scale. So that would be C, D, E. In this key, the key of C, I have to focus on my E. It's always the third note no matter what scale you're in. So here it is. I'm going to go from E to the C. And I'm going to play the C major scale, as always. Isn't that interesting? Second fret, D, third fret, D, open G, second fret, G, open B, first fret, B, third fret, B, open high E. That's an E again. Isn't that cool? Very Spanishy, very exotic. I love that one. So that's Phrygian mode, and that's the personality of it. The fourth mode of any major scale is always Lydian mode. In the key of C, that would be the C, D, E, F. That's my fourth note in. So I'm going to go ahead and go third fret of the D. I'm going to go open G, second fret G, open B, first fret B, third fret B, open high E, first fret high E. And that's Lydian mode, the fourth mode. Kind of happy, but a little weird at the same time. And that is Lydian. If I noodle in it, kind of interesting sounding. Bright, but not super bright. The next mode, the fifth mode, is Mixolydian. Mixolydian mode is the fifth mode. And that would be here on the G. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The fifth mode, open G. So to play that mode in this context, in the key of C, playing G Mixolydian is going to be open G, second fret G, open B, first fret B, third fret B, open high E, first fret high E, and then third fret high E. One more time. That's interesting, a little bright sounding, and that one right there is a known favorite for a lot of blues artists. We're not going to get into that today, but one of my favorites for sure. The sixth mode is one that you are most likely familiar with if you've done a little bit of music theory work, and that is called Aeolian Mode. Aeolian Mode is actually just a fancy name, really, for the minor scale. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is the note of A in this case. I'm going to go ahead and just to make things a little bit simple, to kind of stay within this range of the guitar, I'm going to play the open A here instead. So here's what that looks like. Remember, we had a B back here. So I'm going to go open A, second fret A, third fret A, open D, second fret D, third fret D, open G, and then second fret G. That is Aeolian Mode, and specifically this is A, Aeolian Mode. Kind of cool, right? And it's obviously very dark. That is the classic minor scale, and that is the sixth mode of any key that is, again, properly called Aeolian Mode. Okay, the final mode is a weird one and the least common. It is called Locrian Mode, kind of like Loki from Thor, right? Very menacing kind of sounding scale. So we're gonna go ahead and just, so it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. At open B, we're gonna go ahead and actually just play the B here instead, again to keep it in this range of the neck, so I have to go climbing up this neck and confuse everybody. So the C major scale, still playing C major scale, but I'm starting on the B. Kind of interesting, right? So here's how it's played. Second fret A, third fret A, open D, second fret D, third fret D, open G, second fret G, open B. That's it. And you're like, really? Yep. Kind of really crazy and exotic and dark sounding. Good for metal stuff. And that is the 7th mode of any key. It's called Locrian. In this case, because we're in the context of C major, that was B Locrian mode. So, to recap, we have 7 modes total. Ionian, starting on the 1. Dorian, starting on the 2. Phrygian, starting on the 3. We have Lydian, starting on the 4. We have Mixolydian, starting on the 5. We have Aeolian, starting on the 6. I'm going to play it here. We have Locrian, starting on the 7. And those are the 7 modes. Thank you so much for tuning in, you guys. I appreciate you watching all the way to the end. Please like, subscribe, share with a friend, whoever needs help with understanding modes. I hope that I've helped you today, and I'll see you guys in the next video.